Hi, my name is Tina, and this is Knitting Blooms. You can find show notes for everything I talk about on my blog at www.knittingblooms.com. And if I miss a link, please feel free to contact me on Ravelry as Bloomingknitter, or you can email me at knittingblooms@gmail.com. Come and join the Ravelry group so you can be eligible for all the prize drawings. And be sure to introduce yourself so that I can get to know you also. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter as Bloomingknitter. And don't forget to click the like button on Facebook for Knitting Blooms. Breaking news, you can be even more kissable than you are right now with Lolo Lips by Barmaids. The makers of the exquisite Lolo Bar has one of the best lip balms available. Some lip balms can cause your skin to dry out if you stop using them, or if you lose them. And let's face it, we all lose them. This product doesn't force you to reapply in order to maintain the healthy, balanced levels of moisture ideal for beautiful lips. It comes in 8 tasty flavors with no paraffins, no fillers, no dyes, just natural lip moisturizer that has everything your lips want and nothing they don't. I dare anyone to try it and not feel like an addict. Kiss me, Lolo, I'm in love. Hi and welcome, and thanks so much for joining me today. I'm so glad that you've decided to take some time and spend it with me. I am probably going to have another short show, although I have a number of finished objects to show you. I don't have a lot of anything else. I'm not going to show you any whips today, and I'll explain that shortly. But yeah, it's the last couple weeks have been very busy and productive, but at the same time, I feel like I have gotten nothing done. I don't know why that is. I haven't had much time to knit at work because we have been still extremely busy from the hard winter that we had this year. As you probably know, I work for a construction company that does insurance repair, and we have been very busy. And this week I have not knit at the office at all, and I don't think even last week. I might have knit a little bit at the office last week, but not that much, and I just feel like I've had no knitting time at all. So, but at the same time, I have 3 finished objects. So, I don't know if it's just a feeling that I'm having or what exactly, but I feel like I haven't had time to knit, but apparently I have. But anyway, the last few weeks I have been getting back on my exercise and diet routine, and I'm feeling really good about it. I started back up on the 14th of April. I had been really slacking on everything pretty much since the end of the year, and then with the whole Marty thing, it just snowballed. So needless to say, I think I had gained back all of the weight that I had lost last year and 2 years ago. So I'm kind of starting over again, which really sucks, but I know that if I put my mind to it, I will be able to accomplish it again. And what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to eat healthy and exercise. And what I am doing is what I'm not doing is I'm not overworking out. In the past, whenever I get gung-ho on an exercise plan, I start working out and I think I get a little obsessive with the workouts. And eventually, I get to the point where I'm just tired. I'm just burnt out from working out so much, and I just need a break. And then I take a break, and it's hard to get back into it again. So this time, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to not work out obsessively. and I'm going to try and just eat right, and if the weight only comes off very, very slowly, then that's what's going to happen. I did sign up for Biggest Loser Club again. I think I've mentioned that in the past. I've had great success when I'm on that forum and working with those ladies that are in the Biggest Loser Club. So I'm hoping that it will motivate me to get back on track and to have the support system of that group, as well as diet ideas and exercise program ideas to go along with it. And they do have a new program at Biggest Loser, and there's like several options that you can choose from for exercise programs. And one of the options is train for a half marathon. I am talking right now. Can you wait, please? Okay? You're sitting on my lap. He doesn't want me to talk to you guys. Anyway, there are several exercise programs that you can choose from. And one of them is to train for a half marathon. Now, I have never wanted to run a half marathon. I have run nearly 13.1 miles before. I think the most I've run is like 10 miles when I was training before, when I was running before. But it's not a matter of training for a half marathon. I think it's just, for me right now, it's just something to motivate me to work out, to stick to a program, to not try and overdo it, just to follow the program to the letter and try and just see how it goes. So that's what I'm trying right now. I'm not following the diet program per se from the Biggest Loser right now. I am kind of pulling some items from there, some suggestions and stuff, but right now I'm just kind of using my own diet plan, just making sure that I stay within my calories, trying to burn more, 750 calories more than I eat. And lately I've been close to 1,000 in the deficit, so that's a good thing. And I'm just kind of seeing how it goes. I am trying to get my 15,000 steps in, even if my training does not require me to do so many miles. I'm still trying to do 15,000 steps a day between my workout and just daily activity. And if that means that I have to get on the treadmill for 30 minutes or 45 minutes in the evening just for a casual walk, then that's what I'm doing. And my book has been really motivating me to do that, because I've been wanting to read my book, and with my Kindle I can bump up the font size and read my book while I walk at a casual pace, which is awesome. And so I could be on the treadmill for an hour and barely even know it, because I'm just so into my book that I'm reading, which, by the way, is Allegiant, which is the last book in the Divergent series by Veronica Roth. And I'm really enjoying it. I read the first two books. I think the first two books I read pretty quickly, and I've kind of been savoring this last book a little bit more because I don't want it to end. I really enjoyed the first two books, and I just flew through them, and now I'm at the last book, and again, I really have enjoyed the characters, and I just want to see what happens. I'm curious to see where it goes and whatnot. The third book doesn't have as much action in it as the first two, but yeah, I'm just very interested to see where this book goes. And there are some other books, some like kind of sub books or between books that are coming out. There's actually two that are already out, and actually I think only one of them's out. Three more I think are coming out. I can't remember. It's either 2 or 3 more are coming out in July. But they're all about 4. So if you've read the series and you want to get some more information or more reading for the series, there are some more books coming out about 4. They're only short little books, like 50 to 70 pages or something like that. But it's, like I said, it's all from 4's perspective, and more about him. So I'm really interested to see what those books are like. They are coming out, I think it's July 8th. And I have already pre-ordered them on my Kindle, so they will pop up on my Kindle first thing on July 8th, and I'll probably start reading them immediately. But yeah, so I've had a hard time, reading anything else or doing anything else because I've wanted to, spend so much time reading those books. So let's get into the knitting. I kind of have show notes for today, but kind of not. I had some time today at work that I should have been kind of going over what I was going to talk about tonight, and instead I was reading my book. So, so I didn't really take really good show notes. I had started show notes earlier in the week as I was finishing things and whatnot, or in the last 2 weeks, but I don't really have anything specific that I'm going to talk about. In fact, I wanted to start working in a segment of some of the stuff, some of the things that you guys have asked me to talk about on the show that isn't really a tutorial, but it's more like my opinion on something or whatever, and I meant to go through the list to see what I could discuss today, but again, I didn't look at the list. I was reading. I didn't even think about it. I don't even know why. This week has just been so busy and so stressful, and I just needed some downtime, I guess. I'm entitled, right? Cody, can you sit still, please, baby? Huh? Can you sit still? You're getting hair all over me. So anyway, I'm having a coffee here. I'm probably not sure if I should be having a coffee right now because I don't know if it's going to keep me up, but I just kind of wanted a treat. I've been doing so well with my diet. I have been drinking coffee in the morning, usually 1 cup, but I have been trying to limit my cream and Splenda. I've been using stevia in my coffee, so it's not as sweet, and I haven't been putting that much in, so it's not as sweet, and I've been trying to limit my cream, but tonight I just wanted a nice creamy cup of coffee, so I put my regular creamer in it and my regular Splenda, even though I'm trying to wean myself off of the Splenda and artificial sweeteners, but every once in a while, that's what it's all about. It's all in moderation. You can eat anything you like on your diet as long as it's in moderation. And one thing I have been eating a few of every day are Chewy Spree, because my friend Michelle dropped some off to me last week. We were eating them at Knittopia, and they're one of my favorite sinful, snacky, sweet, sugary treats. And so I've been trying to eat just a couple of those a day, trying to keep it under, just 1 serving, which is 8 pieces. But honestly, 8 pieces of pure sugar is still probably not the best thing to be eating. But, moderation, that's the key. And I have been very, very proud of myself because there's been a couple times in the last 2 weeks that I have kind of almost fallen off the wagon with the diet, and that was because I got busy and didn't think about eating, and then all of a sudden I'm starving, and when I went to the kitchen I almost grabbed things that I knew I shouldn't be eating, and instead I pushed through and said, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to eat something healthy. I'm going to eat something that has nutritious value to it. And when I say that I don't want to eat junk food or whatever, what I mean is that I want to eat something that has nutritious value. Because a lot of times when I was dieting before, I would come home and I would have chips and salsa for dinner. That is not a dinner. That's a snack at best. And the tortilla chips are horrible for you. So I'm trying to stay away from stuff like that, as a meal, because it's really not a meal. It's a snack, and it's just calories that I don't need. So it's been hard because Steve made a new batch of salsa this past weekend. And although the salsa is perfectly healthy and I could eat it straight out of the jar if I wanted to, but adding those chips just is not a good thing. So I've been trying to just not eat them at all. In fact, when Steve asked me to get more chips, I got the kind of chips that he likes, not any of the kind that I like, because if they're here, I'll eat them. And if they're not here, I don't have any desire to eat them because I don't like the chips that he likes. They're both Tostitos, but for some reason, he likes the scoops because he can get a lot of salsa in there. But for some reason, they taste different than the little bite size or even the larger tortilla chips, the larger Tostitos. So I don't even like them. I don't know. It's weird. You'd think that they were exactly the same. Anyway, so I think I said let's get into the knitting, then I went back on a different tangent. I have some finished objects, and you will see I have one right here that is hard to kind of show you, but I took some pictures of it just before I sat down to record, so I have some pictures to show you, and it is my finished knit swirl. I actually finished it at camp over a month ago. Is that right? Yeah. It's over a month ago. I finished it at camp the first week of camp. In fact, I think I finished the first Thursday of camp. And then I was thinking about blocking it while I was there, but it took up too much space on the floor, and it was going to take 3 or 4 days to dry, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I waited to bring it home to block it, and I finally got it blocked 2 weeks ago, or I think I didn't have it blocked the last time I showed it to you. Well, let's see. I can't remember now. Anyway, I blocked it 2 weeks ago, or last week, and yeah, it was last week. And it had to dry a number of days because it's a worsted weight sweater, and I couldn't get that much of the water out. I mean, I got a lot of the water out when I soaked it, but it was still very wet, and I didn't bring a fan down to put a fan on. Usually I'll put a fan on and that will help it dry, but I was lazy. I didn't want to go dig it out of the attic because the attic needed to be reorganized, which is what I did last weekend. Spent over 3 hours reorganizing the attic so that I could get all of my Knittopia stuff up there once my bins come back to me. But yeah, I spent a lot of time just waiting for it to dry, but it was finally dry, and then this past weekend is when I seamed it all up. I really, really like it. I have already been looking at the book again to see which one I want to do next. I think I want to do a DK weight sweater because I do have some DK weight silky wool that I would like to use. But I was looking at the DK weight sweaters and I'm not real thrilled with them. So what I think I might do is try and do a combination of a worsted weight sweater, but use the DK weight stitch counts. I have to look at it and see how much they change. I've done this one twice. This is the Tangerine Rose, and I've done the same sweater twice. This one is going to be a little bit smaller and a little bit more snug fit on me because it's a different yarn. It's It's Peyton's classic wool that I dyed. And I went down a needle size. It requires, the pattern calls for a size 8, and I went to a size 7. I don't even think I measured my gauge to see if I was getting gauge. I just did it. I just went with it because the last sweater I did, which was in the Blue Moon Fiber Arts Peru, I did on a size 8. And it's a really big sweater, but also that sweater has silk, or that yarn has silk in it, and it really pulls down the sweater, so that's part of that. But what I like about this sweater, or this pattern, is the wrists. I mean, it's like a cuff. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to see that on there, but it's more like a cuff than some of the other sweaters. Some of the other ones just go straight and they just end. But I just really like how this looks. I just like this sweater. So I'm going to try and see if I can make this same sweater again in a DK, except I want to do it as a off-center circle. This sweater is a center circle, and I want to do it with the off-center because it'll make the lapels a little bit smaller. So again, I have to look at the book to really see if it's going to be possible for me to do that. But we'll just have to see. But like I said, I just really like the cuffs on this sweater versus some of the other ones. So I know that I will be making more of these sweaters. I've even looked at the Sheer Beauty, which is a DK and a lace sweater, but I'm not sure that I have the right color lace. And I really don't want to have to buy more yarn at this point. I might be able to work it out because I do have some lace. I might be able to work it out. I'll have to see. I don't have any mohair kind of lace. I think it calls for Kid Silk Haze, but I don't necessarily have to use a mohair blend. In fact, the mohair blend might be itchy, so I'm not sure. But I do have some other yarn that could be a possibility. Maybe an alpaca silk blend would give the same sensation of that mohair, but be soft. So that is one finished object, and again, I will show you some pictures. I probably already did show you pictures when I was talking about it. So the next finished object are my last 3 preemie hats. Last time I showed you these, they were not seamed up yet, but these are some hats that I made on the knitting machine. They are all done. So now I have 9 hats. I haven't put these in my project page yet, but I need to take a picture of them. All 9 of them together so I can put on my project page and show 9 preemie hats complete. They're the fastest preemie hats I've ever made. And I am planning on doing a short tutorial when I get my knitting machine set up again on how to do hats. If you have a knitting machine or you're thinking about getting a knitting machine, I will talk a little bit about what knitting machines I have and give you ideas if you're thinking about getting one. There are tons of knitting machines on eBay. But if you don't know anything about knitting machines, you will be so overwhelmed. So I am going to do a little tutorial on knitting machines so that if you are considering it or whatever, just want the information, you'll have a little bit of basic knowledge about knitting machines. So 3 more preemie hats completely done and ready to go. The next finished object I showed you last time before it was blocked, but I wanted to show it to you this time because it is absolutely beautiful. This is the shawl for my mom, and I don't even know if you'll be able to get the full effect of it, but it is absolutely amazing, and I'm really hoping that Cody does not try and grab at it. But it is absolutely beautiful. Nope. You're going to have to get down. Nope. But yeah, it turned out really nice, and I think my mom is really going to love it. I'm going to be giving it to her next weekend when I am at Maryland Sheep and Wool. Which reminds me, if you would like to meet up with me at Maryland Sheep and Wool next weekend, let me know. I have already, excuse me, please don't do that. Now he's pushing the camera. I have already started making plans with some people, so I can meet up with you, you know, at a meal time or just sometime during the festival. I'm gonna have to fold this again, but at least it gets it there. But yeah, just let me know. I'm planning on being there all day on Saturday. Probably shopping in the morning and then kind of hanging out in the afternoon, or a combination of that. And then probably in the morning on Sunday, but probably not too late in the day on Sunday. Probably just till lunchtime. So yeah, just get in contact with me and we'll work something out. The next finished object, okay, moving this out of the way. You can't touch that. The next finished object is the other shawl for my mom. And guess what? It's even blocked. And here it is. You see that the marker there? That's where I was last time. And it was a shawl that's worked from the bottom up. So that's how much I got done. And I actually finished this last weekend. Can you sit still for a minute? I actually finished this last weekend and then blocked it this past week. So another gorgeous shawl that I think my mom's going to love. Again, neither one of these have the ends woven in, but that will take all of 5 minutes to do. But gorgeous, gorgeous shawl. And this one was the summer solstice shawl. The other one was a fall mystery shawl. I think I've posted both. I think I've posted the pictures for both on my project page of the shawl, just on the blocking boards, but I need to put them on my mannequin. I didn't take pictures of these two before the podcast, but I need to do that. Can you please stop that? I know. You're driving me crazy. So go lay down. Come on, please. So I need to put these on the mannequin and take proper pictures of them. And then I have another finished object. Can you believe it? I think the thing is each one of these projects, I've kind of just pushed my way through it and just focused on those. I have been working on, you know, plain stockinette socks, like when I'm bouncing or when I'm moving, you know, out and about or whatever. But for the most part, when I am at home knitting or at work knitting, I'm focused on this one project. And I think that's why things are getting finished so quickly. Which is why I'm not going to show you any of my works in progress, because the next project I'm trying to focus on finishing is my Little Big Shrug. And I'm hoping that by the next time that I record, it will be done so I can show you. So it's kind of nice to have this monogamous knitting thing going on, because project seems to be finished so much quicker. But anyway, my next project is my transitioning to winter. There it is. This is my second one. You see where that marker is? It's down there. That's where I was the last time I showed it to you. And this is worked from the top down, so I only had that much more to go. It was hardly anything left to do, and I was just procrastinating, but I'm so glad it's done. I will now be able to take it with me to Maryland Sheep and Wool and wear it while I'm there. And obviously, I love it. So again, this one I blocked last night. I came home from work and immediately got it on the blocking board and turned the fan on so it would be dry to be able to show you today. The one thing about this is that you'll see I have a lot of ends. An end here and in there, some ends over here. This was from 2 balls, but there was a lot of knots in this yarn, which kind of was disappointing, but I really like the yarn, so I can't complain too much, and I really like how it blocked. So it really turned out nicely. So I can't, like I said, I can't complain too much, but there are a lot of ends that I'm going to have to weave in. But, like I said, it's done, and I still have 2 more balls. I used just under 2 balls. I think I had probably not even 5 grams left of the second ball, which they were both 50-gram balls. But I have 2 more balls left because I had bought 4 balls to begin with in the anticipation that I would make another pair of transitioning to winter socks in that yarn. I don't think I'm going to do that, but it's an option. So that's my third finished object. I can't believe that I've gotten all that done. And like I said, now my focus is on my Little Big Shrug. I still have Sammy's log cabin blanket that I'm working on. And what else? My sock yarn blanket is still coming along. I haven't worked on it. In fact, I saw a new project that I'm thinking about starting with some sock yarn scraps. I think it's called the Pop blanket. It's like little circles with square outside. It was really cool. Margaret W. posted it on the group, and she's doing that, and it looks really kind of cool. I think I've seen it before, but just never thought about doing it with sock yarn. What else am I working on? I can't even remember. Not anything. I mean, I know I'm working on 2 pairs of stockinette socks. I think that's about it. So that's the knitting. So I did bring my spinning over here to show you, finally. I've been procrastinating on this as well. this is my North Cabin Fiber Crafts. This was what it looked like before. This is what it looks like now. And here is my tag. I think this is the tag for it. Nope, this is not the tag for this fiber, but this is the tag for North Cabin Fiber Crafts. I think this is it. I think this might be it. It's 100% BFL. I don't know if that's going to focus. I can't see. Anyway, it's North Cabin Fiber Crafts. It's 100% BFL. This is what it looked like before I started spinning it. I love these colors. And it's all in there. All I did was spin this straight from the braid. I did not splice it. I did not do anything with it. I just spun it straight. Because when I took this braid and lined them up, they pretty much lined up the colors together. So what my plan is to two-ply them once I'm done. So I need to start spinning this so I can ply them. It's going to take probably a while, but this is the end I'll start from, and I'll just start spinning. I love these colors. Love them. So that is the next thing to get going. I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and put this back on my ladybug or not. That I spun this on the ladybug wheel. I'm still on the fence about whether or not I want to sell my ladybug wheel and just keep my e-spinner. I have had an offer on it, so I know that if I decided to sell it, I know somebody would snap it up in a second. But I'm still on the fence. I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do. It would be nice just to not have the clutter in my house, but I don't know if I would miss it. So maybe what I need to do is kind of tuck it away in the attic or closet or something and see if I miss it. I don't know. I know, it's a little crazy, but I just don't want to make a hasty decision and sell it and then regret it later. The next spinning project that I'm working on, which I've mentioned to you a couple times, but I don't think I've ever showed you, but I'm trying to work through some of my Into the World stash, and I have a lot of it. And this is from when I was in the Classic Club, and this is from 2012. Oh my gosh, I've been in the club that long. Probably longer. This is Quarrydale, and here's the tag. So, and look at these colors. Oh my gosh, are they vibrant. I love them. So there's two balls because I'm going to two-ply this. This is the ball that I've been working from, and I've just been taking hunks off as I work with it. But I mean, these colors are so vibrant. I'm just really curious to see how it's going to turn out. But here is what I've spun up already on the e-spinner. And it looks like I have to do some dusting on my e-spinner. It's been sitting out since I brought it home from Knittopia. And it's very dusty. I need to clean that off. Anyway, here is what I have done. I can't see if it's focusing or not. I'm hoping it is. Let me see if I can see to sit to the side. There we go. So that's what it's looking like so far. And I am enjoying spinning it. It's been a slow process because honestly I haven't spun very much at all since I've been home. Just too many other things going on. So, but it's coming along and it will get finished. It's going to be a while. Oops, I'm losing all the preemie hats. Where'd they go? Probably fell on the floor. It's going to be a while before that's done, along with the other one from North Cabin Fiber Crafts. But, you know, you just spin when you feel the urge to spin, and you knit when you feel the urge to knit. And when you try and do it because you have to do it, it's not as fun. So, yeah, so that's the spinning. And I think that's about it for today. I know. not a whole lot going on. I'm hoping to have a little bit of time while I'm at my mom's at Maryland Sheep and Wool to knit, but since it's been a while since I've been home, I probably won't have too much time to knit. Maybe a couple hours in the evening, but I'm kind of hoping that we do a little bit of running around during the week because I'm going on Wednesday. So I'll get there in the afternoon on Wednesday. We'll have Wednesday afternoon in the evening, Thursday and Friday, and then we'll be at the festival all day on Saturday and most of the day on Sunday. And then I come back on Monday. So not a lot of time for knitting. And I'm sure, like I said, we'll be doing running around and doing different things. So we'll see how that goes. Next time I do a podcast, I record a podcast, I am going to do drawings for the Knit Your Stash Challenge, both the chatter and the finished object thread. And I'm loving seeing all the finished objects. They are fabulous. They've been giving me so many ideas. So those drawings will come up. I also will be doing an iTunes drawing the next time I do a podcast. I am going to schedule a VKN. It probably will be the third weekend in May, I think. And it's probably going to be on a Saturday or Sunday morning. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let me just run through these things. I still have some book reviews to do. I'm hoping that I can get some book reviews done in the next couple of weeks, and then I will start posting those. But yeah. So thank you again for joining me today, and I hope you have a fabulous couple of weeks, and I hope if you are going to Maryland Sheep and Wool that you will get in touch with me or hunt me down at the festival. Honestly, I have no plan for the festival. My plan is to go and just enjoy my time there. There's a couple of booths that I'm thinking about going to, but other than that, if you see me shopping, please feel free to stop me and say hello. Like I said before, there's nothing that important that I need that I can't stop and chat with you for a couple minutes just in the aisle as you're shopping. So don't feel intimidated about stopping and saying hi. So I will talk to you in 2 more weeks, and next week I have the tutorial on gauge. I actually recorded that last night. I need to edit it, and as long as everything looks good, that will be the tutorial that will be going up next week. And then I'm hoping after the week after I come back from Maryland Sheep and Wool, I'll do another podcast recording, and then maybe after that I will do the tour of my cabinets behind me. Maybe. I don't know. It just, you know what? I've said this before. I just do tutorials when they strike me and they inspire me, and so we'll see how it goes, what I decide. If something inspires me and I just go off on a tangent on something else, then you'll see a different tutorial. But next week it will most likely be the measuring your gauge tutorial, because that's been asked for a few times and a while ago. So I want to get that posted since I did record that last night. So that's all I've got for you this week, and I hope you have a great week, and I hope your knitting blooms this week. Bye for now.
The Lolo Body Bar by Barmaids is an addictive and oh so decadent head-to-toe moisturizer made with all natural skin-loving butters and oils. This amazing bar is most definitely one item that belongs in every fiber artist's stash. Working with yarns and fibers can be so rewarding even while it steals your moisture and leaves you raw. Lolo by Barmaids is luxurious, creamy, smooth, and so good for your skin. It's easy to use, and there's never any leftover residue that could destroy your latest masterpiece. Protect and soothe your capable, beautiful, creative hands. Trust me, just try the Lolo Bar. The results speak for themselves.